Have you ever noticed a strange pattern after a rough night's sleep? You wake up heavy-eyed and yawning, you tell yourself you'll eat well today, that you'll stick to your plan, that you'll be disciplined. By mid-morning, something shifts. The pastry case looks suddenly irresistible. Your coffee feels incomplete without a sugary syrup. Snack wrappers seem to whisper your name. By evening, you find yourself eating foods you never intended to buy. Most people chalk this up to lack of willpower or poor decision-making, but modern science points to a different and more surprising explanation. Your biology was already nudging you toward those choices long before you opened your eyes. Sleep is not merely turned-off time. It's an intensely active, tightly regulated process during which your body and brain perform vital housekeeping. Hormones are reset, immune defenses are fine-tuned, memories are consolidated, and metabolic controls are recalibrated. Think of your brain as the CEO of your metabolic company. Each night, it audits energy stores, recovery needs, stress levels, and nutritional balance, then adjusts the chemical signals that shape appetite and behavior for the coming day. When sleep is adequate, these systems hum along smoothly. When sleep is restricted, even for a single night, the system changes strategy, often in ways that push you toward eating more and choosing quicker, more calorie-dense options. This isn't moral failure, it's adaptation. Two hormones are central to this story. Ghrelin is commonly called the hunger hormone. It acts like an accelerator. When ghrelin rises, appetite intensifies and food looks more attractive. Studies repeatedly show that sleep loss tends to raise ghrelin levels, so after a poor night, you can literally be more biologically hungry. Leptin is the counterpart, the brake. It signals satiety and tells the brain, we have enough energy, you can stop eating. Poor sleep often diminishes leptin's effectiveness. The result is a powerful, double-edged push. The accelerator revs up while the brake weakens, making overeating far more likely. That internal imbalance helps explain why willpower alone often feels inadequate. The brain's wiring changes as well. Imaging studies reveal that after sleep deprivation, the brain's reward centers light up more strongly in response to palatable foods, especially those rich in sugars, refined carbs, salt, and fat, while regions responsible for impulse control and long-term planning become less effective. Put simply, tasty foods become more tempting and your ability to resist them diminishes. It's like trying to stick to a budget while every store is running extra sales and your ability to make rational financial decisions has been temporarily dimmed. Sleep loss also shifts what the body craves. You're unlikely to wake up daydreaming about broccoli or grilled fish. Instead, the brain interprets insufficient sleep as an urgent energy shortfall and seeks quick fuel, often in the form of highly processed, fast-digesting foods. From an evolutionary standpoint, this made sense. When our ancestors faced stress, threat, or sleepless nights, rapid energy intake could be life-saving. Today, surrounded by calorie-dense convenience foods, that ancient response becomes maladaptive. Metabolic regulation is affected too. Even brief periods of poor sleep can reduce insulin sensitivity, meaning your body becomes less efficient at handling glucose. Blood sugar swings widen, energy feels unstable, and cravings can escalate. Combined with changes in hunger hormones and brain reward signaling, this creates a vicious cycle. Poor sleep, impaired glucose control, increased hunger for quick carbs, more processed food, worse recovery, and more sleep disruption. Cortisol, the body's principal stress hormone, is also sensitive to sleep. Sleep deprivation is a physiological stressor. It can disturb the normal rhythm of cortisol, leaving the body in a more activated, vigilant state. Elevated or dysregulated cortisol contributes to increased appetite and promotes fat storage around the abdomen, another piece of the puzzle linking poor sleep with weight gain. The practical implications are striking. Controlled studies show that people commonly consume significantly more calories after a night or nights of restricted sleep, sometimes hundreds of extra calories in a single day, without consciously intending to. Over weeks and months, those extra calories add up and can shift body weight and composition. This is why focusing solely on diet without addressing sleep is often an uphill battle. You cannot reliably out-eat chronic biological signals. Recent consumer wearables have made this relationship more visible. Millions of people can now track sleep duration, sleep stages, resting heart rate variability, and readiness metrics. Those data often reveal patterns people didn't suspect. A poor night's sleep correlates with higher resting heart rate, lower HRV, worse recovery scores, and, all too frequently, poorer food choices the next day. Awareness turns into actionable insight. If you notice a bad night correlates with stronger cravings, you can plan accordingly rather than blaming yourself. Here's the encouraging part. The same biology that works against you after poor sleep responds positively to good sleep. A single high-quality night can improve hormone balance, sharpen decision-making, stabilize glucose metabolism, and reduce impulsive food cravings. Sleep is not merely recovery, it's preparation. The quality of tomorrow's choices often begins with the quality of tonight's rest. So the next time you find yourself reaching for sugar or feeling unusually ravenous, pause and ask a different question. How did I sleep last night? Framing the problem as a biological signal rather than a moral failing gives you options. Prioritize restorative sleep, plan satisfying meals for vulnerable windows, or use behavioral strategies when you know your resistance will be lower. Understanding these forces lets you work with your body instead of fighting it. I'm Dr. Yende. At OXYZEN Health Intelligence, we treat sleep as a foundational health metric, not because it's trendy, but because it directly shapes energy, stress, recovery, metabolism, inflammation, performance, and even the food choices you'll make tomorrow. Remember, hunger is not always a matter of willpower. Sometimes it's a sleep problem, a hormonal signal, a recovery issue. The more clearly we understand that signal, the better we can design environments and habits that support our goals instead of undermining them. I'll see you in the next episode.